All right, for me, it's a record. I'm doing my Sptmbr Gls video before the month is half over. It's not the beginning of the month, but it's September the 5th. It's the weekend, the first weekend of the month, Labor Day, and yeah, let's get right into it. Of this, the goals for September 2022. Number one, time with Ja, making sure that I do have spend time with her, whether it's going out for lunches, whether it's just chatting in the morning, being together, enjoying each other's company. She's had a week away, and I definitely missed her and felt her absence, and I need to cherish her while she is actually here versus just pining for her when she is away, and I think I can do that. Number two is walking daily with the dogs and Jackie. Maybe Ja. We'll see how it goes. She evinced some interest. That would be excellent, excellent kind of together time of all three of us. Number three is early to bed. Relatively speaking, for a guy who works until 11 o'clock at night, and early to rise. Yes, yes. And the early to rise is definitely assisted by getting up and going for a walk with Jackie, because that means it's like an 8:30 out, sort of out the thing. So that's really good. Number four is a late night snack. Had a fair bit of chocolate last night. I got a little over enthusiastic that way. So yeah, let's late night snack. Number five is the phone and earbud hygiene. Really need to work on keeping the earbuds in here as well, and just reading at night, because that way I get more reading done, and reading is that much more difficult to just kind of go la 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 with. Reading, you have to have a certain amount of concentration, and once that goes and sleep calls, you go to sleep, and thus early to bed happens. Number six is watching YouTube on the go and monitor kind of all internet activity, kind of just being mindful, not kind of mindless, just kind of flipping and flipping and flipping. I've definitely, the YouTube shorts are terrible for me. It's like I have to stay away from those like the plague, because it's funny. I can eat a full meal and then stop, but it's the potato chips. You just eat until you've eaten a couple of bags full, which is what it feels like when you've watched an hour or two straight of YouTube shorts, tiny little hits of video, which don't usually actually in the end add up to very much. They're very much the kind of the junk food of the thing. Number seven is to get to work on time. Just that is always a continual thing, of reminder to myself of being a professional, being somebody who is like, people are counting on me, people are waiting on me to be able to finish their shift. Yeah, so getting to work on time, which I've been doing well, and I'll just continue with that. Number eight is doing my daily physio exercises. Actually, I just realized I didn't do my physio exercises with my vocal exercises, so I'll need to do that after this. But yeah, doing daily physio, which I've been good at. Number nine is to publish 5 videos on my main channel, which at the moment, I guess because it's a new channel, I've shifted over to a new channel. That won't be a difficulty. I've had a real burst of videos. The things that I've put down as definitely I want to get done. I want to get done for this month is getting some outstanding reviews. Sorry, there's a moth in here. There's some outstanding reviews. The Story of a Marriage, by Andrew Sean Greer. I want to finish up that one actually, and go on and read some more Andrew Sean Greer before the month is out. I'm knocking off his works as I'm preparing for his sequel to Less, and I want to reread Less as well. Want to do I think I might actually do a traditional review of the Apprentice Adept series by Piers Anthony. I'm going to do a Piers Anthony video, but I might just do a traditional review of Piers Anthony's series as well, maybe just for myself, just to get it all kind of straight in my head before I launch into a Piers and Me review, not review, Piers and Me video, because there's the work, and then there's my relation to Piers Anthony and my history with Piers Anthony, and I think those are two different subjects. Next one is a Captain Blood review. I just finished reading that out loud, and I should do just a quick review of that. I feel like it's kind of quickly fading from my head, so I better do that fairly quickly. And whatever other ones. There's definitely I have lots of stuff. Number 10 is discussion videos, which is like making a list of topics and then do it. I've done one of those already. I don't know how well of a good of a job I did on that, but I did a job, and it's like kind of I dashed that out and it was fine. It was definitely pretty clunky, but I would like to try doing more and maybe get a little bit more focused and a little bit better at communicating in that. Part of that reason was I latched onto something that was actually something else, a discussion about something else entirely, and I went off on my own direction entirely, which isn't a bad thing, but I think I needed to make that distinction clearer, and I wasn't actually aware of the distinction when I made that video. But so yeah, continue to make discussion videos, but to try and work on how I do them. Yeah. Um, Number 11 is doing Shorty September, where I have to make a selection, which I did make a selection. I'm going to read the short story, The Tender Shoot by Colette, and I'm going to do multiple short videos on different little sections, topics of the short story for Shorty September. Uh, Number 12 is to do Sptmbr, where I'm going to do A Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm going to do the play and the 1935 movie. So I'll do a video on that, and I should probably schedule that to kind of happen around the time when Rainey does her video on A Midsummer Night's Dream. So that'll be fun. I should actually go watch her video on that. Hopefully I haven't just completely copied her by not knowing it. Number 13 is that Piers Anthony video, the Apprentice Adept series and me, or Piers Anthony and me, something along the lines. I may or may not do that traditional review. We'll see. I'm almost finished the series. God, it takes me so long to read stuff. Number 14 is just continue up with my daily journal keeping, which I've been really enjoying, and the list in it is a really good thing. If possible, work on doing kind of a vignette for each day versus just kind of a reportage. That would be a good idea. It would be interesting to try and make it a bit more vignette, little slice of life from the day, well told, versus just a list of all the things I've done for the day. I have the list already there. I don't need to be listing. Sometimes it's help. I did a to-do list on the actual written part of the last one, and that was fine. Where I should be keeping my to-do list is in my daily tasks on Keep Notes, which I've got a note here of like, if you're sitting on the toilet, why not work on your to-do list for the next day, because it's an ideal spot to just keep yourself occupied, and you're there, so you know that you'll do that daily, so you'll be able to do your daily tasks on it. Number 16 is to reintroduce doing weekly weeding daily, which I've already done a little bit, but yeah, I'd like to kind of do that again. Is just to get down and do little micro weeding projects for, like, we're talking like a couple of 5 minutes max each day, and that can really add up. I did that around the side of the house here, and that was like, see, that cleared things up quite easily. So do that. Continue starting up again with my weekly or bi-weekly mowing. Is it weekly or by every other week mowing? That's not, probably, I have to look up what bi-weekly is. Bi-weekly mean twice a week? Because I'm not mowing the lawn twice a week. I'm mowing the lawn either once a week when it was rainy and the grass was growing like crazy, or every other week, so I'm mowing down the weeds, which is what I did today, is I mowed down the weeds. Number 18, consider writing check-ins, which, what do I mean by that? I think it's one of these things of like, am I going to do any writing projects? I've definitely got quite a bit going. Do I need to have, and I write for a lot of the video projects now. Do I want to do something where I'm writing out other stuff. There's actually something that comes up in my vocal improvements that I'll actually switch to. The vocal improvement project, which is my ongoing project, is doing my Noam's videos weekly, which, hey, I finally got one done. That did get blocked because I had not been doing any vocal videos, which is my other was one of my other goals for to do weekly, is to do a vocal video every week. So I was doing anxiety videos every other week. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but what I finally ended up doing, because what was blocking me was Rudenberg, the Need for Words book, where suddenly the exercises got super intense, were almost like group exercises, and took a lot of creativity. And it was like I bounced off it. And what I ended up doing was going like, okay, I'm nervous about this. I'm really uncertain about this. I just set up the camera, press play, and I worked through the exercises. And what I've decided is I'm just going to work through the book, and I'm not going to do this as like, oh, I'm going to do this exercise like, every other day or something like that. No, I'm just doing it for the vocal video. I'll read the section, I'll turn on the camera, and I'll attempt the exercise, and then I'll just keep on moving on. And the idea is that I'll get through the full book, be able to look at it en toto, and make a decision of what would be useful for me going forward. What lessons could I take out of this book? A part of it is Rudenberg is getting you to do storytelling, where you're creating a story, a beginning, a middle, and an end, and communicating that to an audience. And her, quite rightly, her saying that's what speaking is about learning how to tell stories in an engaging way. And so it might be a worthwhile exercise to just simply do that weekly. What I would probably do as my own crutch is to come up with a topic, come up with some kind of bullet points, and then turn on the camera and do that on a weekly basis. I don't know, but story time with Jay. But yeah, but the main thing I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to work my way through the book, get to the end of the book, and then I'll make any decisions about what weekly or daily practices I want to take out of Rudenberg, or if I just want to go, yeah, I didn't need you on a soapbox, and you do have some warm-up exercises, which I've sort of already got duplicated other places. Or do I want to do I want to carry on this storytelling exercise in some sort of way? And that could be also a part of writing for me, because it's figuring out stories to tell. Learning how to tell a story vocally might actually transfer into, okay, then let's try and write down these stories as written stories. It would be a kind of an interesting kind of backwards way of getting back into writing. That's not going to happen this month, though. But that's an idea. That's an idea I am tossing out there into the universe. Yeah, and there is a thing of like doing anxiety videos, whether that is going back to Barbara Herson, Hofferson. I can't remember her name now. Whether that's going back to her for little prompts, or something stressing me out and me just talking it out in front of the camera. That is actually a very useful process for me. It's like, wow, I reacted really poorly to this, or this something is really annoying me. That might be not a bad thing to have there in the back of my head. If I'm feeling crappy, turn on the camera and just talk about it. That's actually a fairly healthy thing for me to do. And yeah, doing my vocal exercises daily, which I have been doing my vocal exercises daily. I need to find the face ones, because I had it here on this wall and it fell down, and I've never been able to find it. So I either have to kind of go back and find those facial exercises again, and probably write it down on something and then print it out this time, versus just some of my exercises are printed out. A lot of them are just like, they're on pieces of paper, and if I lose those pieces of paper, well, I'm kind of out of luck and I have to go find them again. So do that. Probably do a vocal exercise video again. That's where I actually film myself doing my vocal exercises, just as a little record of How am I doing with this? How am I feeling about this? Is this still effective? Was this effective? That sort of thing. So yeah, that is my that is my September goals list that I've gone through. I have quite a bit on my plate for this month, and it'll be one of those things of we'll see how much of it I get done and how much I was just being over ambitious. And you know, I'll give myself permission to say, okay, maybe some things I can just say I can put that aside for the moment, and I'll come back to it next month. But hopefully, I can take a look at this list at the midpoint of the month and go, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, and maybe I can get back on the wagon and get a little bit of it done at least before the end of the month. That's the plan. But the best laid plans of mice and men often go astray, or something in Scottish, more Scottish dialect, which I can't say and I won't attempt. All right, I have been Jay. More videos later.